Texas Southern University opens, so do many of its amenities, including Texas Southern University's very own recreational facility. A large community gathered here tonight with Jack Yates High School alumni and the 3rd Ward united as they celebrated the life of George Floyd. I'm Maiya Turner, KTSU2 News. Texas Southern University Tigers showed up and showed out for Texas Southern University's Recreation Center's Pink Out Breast Cancer event.
Not just in the 3rd Ward community, not just across the greater Houston area, but across the globe. It is important that we remember George Floyd.
Hundreds gathered at Jack Yates High School from around the Houston area Monday night to celebrate the life of George Floyd. Many Jack Yates alumni and his very own family shared emotions and stories of the late Houstonian. 3rd Ward community members as well as community leaders were also in attendance. Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee took to the stage and talked about police brutality and new laws coming to effect to protect the community. Famous alumni singer dancer Debbie Allen also left a special message for 3rd Ward. Hundreds attended the George Floyd visual and showed support for their fellow lying, including KTSU's very own Ernest Walker.
Well, you know, this is a special moment. I'm a Jack Yates alum of 1988, and I'm honored to be here to serve in the capacity of helping to produce this candlelight vigil for our brother and our classmates.
This visual was an emotional moment for a lot of 3rd Ward residents who grew up in this community as well as attended school with George Floyd. But for many, it was a mix of emotions. Overall, this moment was a chance for 3rd Ward to say its final goodbyes to a man who changed the world.
You know, sadness and mourning turn into joyfulness. I'm speechless, really. I'm speechless. I'm just grateful to be here.
For those who are wondering how to cope with the recent events, Brandon Gill of 3rd Ward has a message for you.
Keep your head up. You put it down too long, it's your fault.
A large community gathered here tonight with Jack Yates High School alumni and the 3rd Ward united as they celebrated the life of George Floyd. I'm Maiya Turner, KTSU2 News. This Juneteenth holiday, my father and Houstonian Keenan Turner, like many today, took the time to talk to his family about the meaning of Juneteenth, especially during a time in the world where America needs history the most. As a man who grew up during the post-civil rights era in America, who fought for his country and his family, he joins countless of others who held Friday a little bit tighter.
A lot more people are aware, and I think it's a step forward in terms of recognizing the African-American plight in America when you compare celebration of July 4th versus Juneteenth and the significance. Significance being, for me, is when I look at the date, 1865, and I was born in 1965, how grateful I am that I was born in 1965, because 100 years ago, I'm 55 years old, and 100 years ago, I could have been part of slavery.
With this being said, in my dad's opinion, the most important part about Juneteenth is pride. Here he explains why.
I say pride simply because, you know, there's a holiday that is tied to the struggle that black people still have today, which is fight for freedom. It's amazing. But what it also tells me is that this fight for freedom, you always hear, 400 plus years we've been in slavery, but this fight for freedom is pretty short in reality, if you think about it. Because only 100 years ago, the last slaves were free.
Juneteenth was a day of celebration of hope and remembrance as America moves forward to a better tomorrow. Reporting with KTSU2 News, I'm Maiya Turner. Texas Southern University Tigers showed up and showed out for Texas Southern University's Recreation Center's Pink Out Breast Cancer event. As the month of October is known for being Breast Cancer Awareness Month, the Recreation Center hosted its annual Pink Out for Breast Cancer event. Junior rec photographer Ryan Gallagher believes events like the Pink Out can not only empower survivors, but bring more awareness to students as well.
Many people have family members that have breast cancer and they don't really know all the facts about it, and spreading awareness can, one, stop the fatality rate, and 2, help empower women that have breast cancer.
Students were able to have fun while also learning about an important cause. Reporting with KTSU 2 News, I'm Maiya Turner.